English Premiership resumes this weekend, week 23. So let's start from the first match, Saturday morning, 7:30 kickoff American time. I think 12:30 European English time, right? West Ham against Chelsea. Very interesting match. In my humble opinion, Chelsea look like a better team on paper. They made some acquisitions this January. They spent approximately 300 million pounds in new acquisition. The team is looking new Modric, Felix, Badashile. They have players come back from injury. Chilwell come back from injury. Reece James come back from injury. Kovacic. So on paper, Chelsea should be getting this one. Then we know West Ham. They've been struggling this season for some reason. I don't know why. Even though they've bought in decent players on paper, they are struggling. My only explanation is that you bought players that are flair players. Those are the kind of players David Moyes is used to executing his own plan. I'm sorry. Like David Moyes is a decent English manager that likes the brute, the grit. He don't like flair. Now, when you give him flair players, even though it seems on paper he should be able to work with them, but on grass, we are seeing the result is not what West Ham or Hamas fans will love. So if you look at the table, they are languishing in seventh. Let me get the full table real quick. West Ham are languishing in 17th. They are hovering around the territory or the terrace of relegation. So it's not looking good. Even if Chelsea on the table, it's not looking good. Chelsea are ninth. They are ninth. They spend a lot of money. You can't polish a turd. Regardless of the money, Chelsea are not looking that great. Potter, like I said, even when I was appointed, I did not support it. Now, that's my opinion. You could disagree, but I don't think Potter is cut out for the Chelsea job. So let's see what they're going to do this weekend. West Ham at home at the London Stadium against Chelsea. What do you guys think? Leave a prediction in the comment section. I'm thinking objective. I'm trying to be as objective as possible. I can, even though I'm an Arsenal fan. I got to be objective in this kind of prediction. On paper, Chelsea should nick this one. On grass, at home, West Ham, they'll put in a fight. Trust me, the Moyes is under pressure. Like I said, they are languishing 17th. They need to do something. They need to get it. They need the result. Chelsea are ninth. They need the result. I'm sure they want to get into the European places, at least the Europa League places, if they can make the top four. So it looks like Chelsea can make this one. I won't be surprised if it ends in a draw. But if you ask me to stick a bet, even though I'm not a betting man, I will say Chelsea should win this one 2-1, even though you're playing away at West Ham. Now, the next match is Arsenal against Brentford. You can watch my preview, but I'll give my prediction on this segment since I'm doing the overall preview for all the matches with 23. I predicted 3-0. If you want a comprehensive breakdown of what I think about the match, go to the other video on my channel and watch the preview I did for Arsenal against Brentford. So Crystal Palace against Brighton. Brighton are playing fantastic. Crystal Palace have been a yo-yo team this season. They win one, they draw some, they win. They are not stable. Last season, people were hailing Patrick Vieira for a terrific job he was doing at Crystal Palace. This season, he doesn't seem to be that terrific. The transfer window, he wasn't really backed. We're hearing news that the owners are not sure if Patrick is the guy that will take them forward, but he's still at the job. So let's look at the table real quick and see where Crystal Palace are. So Brighton are 6. They've played 20 games. They've won 10. They've drawn 4. They've lost 6. Let's look for Crystal Palace. They are 12. They've played 21. They've won 8. They've drawn 4. And they've lost 9. Not too bad. They are decently placed on the table. But so who is going to win this match? Crystal Palace against Brighton. On paper, Brighton are more exciting. They managed to keep Caicedo from the from the claws of Arsenal. They have their decent player. Mike Toma is on form. He seems to be scoring every match. So I would tilt towards Brighton nicking this one, even though Crystal Palace are playing at home. Zaha is not yet back. Their star player. They are not as effective as they are. Even though Eze is playing well, Eze and the other Nigerian are playing well. But we know Zaha needs everything together. Zaha is their star player. For some reason, their strikers are not playing as good as they should be playing. The strikers are not playing. Eduardo, they signed from Celtic, is not delivering the goods. Matete is not even getting playing time. So Patrick Vieira needs to buckle up. But if you ask me to predict the result, I think Brighton should be able to win this one away at Crystal Palace. I'm predicting a 2-1 victory for Brighton. Fulham against Nottingham Forest. We know Nottingham Forest won their last home match against Leeds that triggered the sacking of Jason Marsh from Leeds. Fulham are having a terrific season. They've been doing well. So if you ask me to predict this match, Fulham against Nottingham Forest at home, Fulham playing at home, I think they have the advantage. Nottingham Forest are not good away, but at home, they've tried to nick result, but away is not their strongest. But I'll say Fulham should be able to win this one convincingly. I'll predict a 3-1 victory for Fulham. Leicester City against Spurs. Spurs did us a favor on Sunday by beating Manchester City. Leicester they are so unpredictable. They win this week. You're thinking they can have a momentum. They lose again. I was surprised when they went away and won 4-2 at Aston Villa. It was a shock result of last weekend that Leicester went to Aston Villa and beat Unai Emery's team 4-2 away. So they signed a defender from Australia. They brought in Tete from Brazil. The winger they signed, was it Olympic Lyon they signed him for? They gave Iheanacho a chance more than they've given him this season. So they played well. It was a shock result. They beat Aston Villa, but against Spurs, Antonio Conte is back in England with the team. I'm not sure he'll be on the bench for Spurs, but it's looking like, if you ask me to predict this match, we go for a draw. I know Spurs had a good match against Aston. What am I saying? Spurs had a good match against Manchester City, winning. But if I'm going to be very honest, let's be honest, the performance of Spurs was not stunning. I'd rather say Manchester City were kind of poor. I'm not taking the credit away from Spurs. They deserve to win that match. But if you look at the performance and critically, and let's take away the fact that they did us in favor, the performance was not top notch. This is not my hatred for Spurs. I'm just trying to be objective. The performance wasn't top notch, even though they won. So against Leicester, like I said, Leicester are very unpredictable. Maddison seems to be bad. Tielemans is not playing that well, but they brought in 3 players straight to the starting lineup. And like I said, they went to Aston Villa and they won 4-2. So I would not be shocked if Leicester win this match. If you remember the reverse fixture earlier in the season, Spurs actually bleat Leicester City. So I'm expecting a Leicester revenge. So if you ask me to predict and stick out my neck on this one, I will say a draw. I'm predicting a 2-2 draw, Leicester against Spurs. Southampton against Wolves. Southampton they're languishing. Let's look at the table real quick. I think Southampton are languishing. They're on the bottom of the table. Played 21 games. They've just won 4 games. They've lost 3 and drawn 14. They've drawn 3 and lost 14. They are not doing well at all. Their new manager gave a blistering, a very, very thought-provoking interview in the last match they lost. So all is not rosy at Southampton. They are playing Wolves. Wolves seem to be picking up a bit of point. They demolished Liverpool last week 3-0. They got a new manager, Lopetegui, for the last 3 weeks. He's trying to reorganize the team, even though Wolves are 15 and they are playing at St. Mary's. I'm not too convinced about Wolves. I think they are vulnerable and they played a very vulnerable Liverpool, even though they won. I'm not convinced Wolves are as strong as they seem to project. So I will still go for a Southampton win, even though they're languishing at the bottom of the table. I think Southampton will try and get something out of this match on Saturday. Bournemouth against Newcastle, I'll go for a Newcastle win. I think Newcastle will be too strong for Bournemouth. Even though we know the momentum of Newcastle has slowed down a little bit, they have played out a few draws in the recent weeks. They played out a few draws, but I think Newcastle will be too strong. Will be too strong for Bournemouth, in my opinion. They'll be too strong for Bournemouth. Bournemouth, they've made a few signings. They are decent at home, but I also think Newcastle will be too strong for Bournemouth. Leeds on Sunday against Manchester United. We know a few days ago they played out a 2-2 draw at Old Trafford. Manchester United seem to miss Casemiro. Casemiro needs the team to get in the midfield. He provides a bit of I think he provides security and stability in that midfield offensively and defensively, and they missed him. So at Helen Road, Leeds, even though they are still managerless, they are still with their caretaker manager. I think they will put up a fight with home support. Will go for a 2-2 draw against Manchester United. Now, Manchester United should be able to make this one, but I do not trust them to make the call. Why? Anthony is still out. Martial is out. They have a few injuries that will affect them, and especially the suspension of Casemiro. I the highest, in my opinion, I could be wrong, they will get is a draw, and I'll be shocked if Leeds actually win. But if you ask me to predict and stick out my neck, I'll stick out my neck for a 2-2 draw between Leeds and Manchester United at Elland Road. Manchester City versus Aston Villa. Regardless of what Manchester City have gone through this week, the charges leveled at them by the Premier League for cooking their books and all those things, I'm sure the siege mentality might be used to provoke a reaction from Manchester City. We know in recent weeks, it seemed that all is not well at Manchester City. Said, what's his name? Cancelo went on the last day of the January transfer window to Bayern. The results have not been there. The performance throughout I said it, even after the first 5 games, the performance of Manchester City has been very shoddy and dodgy this season. So that's why I was confident that they will not go on that run. Because regardless of what the mainstream make you believe, you can watch this, you can see for yourself. Like you can watch these matches with your eyes, actually make an informed decision, informed pronouncement, not someone trying to program you and tell you what you can see. Like we could see that the performance is not there. I don't understand why Laporte and that Diaz has been injured. He's been back. I don't know why Pep, for some reason, is not playing Laporte and Diaz in their defense. Now, Akanji is decent. Ake has had a decent performance. I don't think defensively are strong. And for Haaland, I don't think he suit the playing style. But even though he's hitting his personal target of scoring goals. But for the team, I don't think Haaland is the right profile for Manchester City. But let's see how they can actually forge ahead. So against Aston Villa, Unai Emery's team, we know Unai Emery likes this kind of games. Even though he lost at home, Aston Villa lost at home to Leicester last week. So I'm sure Unai Emery will be wanting a reaction from his players. So if you ask me to predict, even though I'm tempted to be biased, gotta be as objective as possible, I think Man City will be able to win this one 3-1 at home. I think regardless of what they are going through, I think Pep will actually prep his boys and his players for this one. And I think it'll be too strong for Aston Villa at home at the Etihad. So I'm predicting a 3-1 victory for Manchester City. Then on Monday, the Merseyside derby, Liverpool against Everton. Liverpool they're hanging by the skin of their teeth. See, this Liverpool, for me, is broken. I understand Liverpool fans, their attachment to club, their attachment to the players. This team is broken. This team is broken. I don't see a Liverpool win against Everton. A Sean Dyche that has revived the Evertonians. Now, I understand the new manager bounce. I don't know how long it's going to go, but they put up a similar performance they put against Arsenal at home at Anfield, even though I know this Merseyside derby will be played at Anfield, the home of Liverpool. I don't see it. Like football is a funny game. Liverpool can put up a beautiful performance and win the game. Yes, but based on logic, rationality, and what you're saying and form, I don't just see it. Now, a few players are back in training. I don't know if they're going to play. Van Dijk is back in training. Jota is back in training. Femi is back in training. But are they ready to play? I don't know. But for Everton, Onana was fantastic last week. Gay was fantastic. Decore was fantastic. I suspect they will go with the same formation. Calvert-Lewin should be playing this time. Tarkowski. I suspect he will go with the same 11 that played against Arsenal last week, barring no injuries. For Liverpool, I expect them to go with their 4-3-3. Do they have the legs to play high energy? I don't think so. But for Everton, they're a tall, physical team. I expect it to be a physical game against Liverpool. So if you ask me to predict this match, I'm tempted to give an Everton win, but I just think at home, the adrenaline and the home support for Liverpool might actually give them the extra edge to push. So that's why I'm going for a draw. I don't think Liverpool will win this game. I think Evertonians tails are up. I think Sean Dyke will be ready for the fight. I think it's gonna be a very physical game. So I will go for a 1-1 draw. So guys, let me know your predictions in the comment section of the games we just went through for the week 23 of the English Premiership. If you like my content, you know, subscribe. Guys, what are you waiting for? Get me real quick to 500 subscribers before the end of the week. Stick a like on the video. Very, very important for the growth of the channel and the algorithm. Make sure you stick a like and your notification bells are not turned on. So I need to tell you guys everything. Turn your notification bells on so when I post these videos, you can get notified. And I'll see you guys on the next one.